Views expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other advertisers. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
You are listening to Living Lighter Radio. I'm Jason.
And I'm Patricia, with an ecosystem approach to your life. Tune in every Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific on Transformation Talk Radio.
Living Lighter provides a revolutionary way to address what's truly holding you back. We have the tools you need to reach your goals and at the same time be living lighter.
Join us now for a Living Lighter experience. This is Living Lighter Radio, and I'm Patricia. I'm here with my husband, Jason, and today we're talking about the basics. If you've ever thought to yourself, what the heck are they talking about? This is the show for you. It could fill in the gaps, even if you are familiar with these topics. We use an ecosystem approach to you, which is much different than what you are commonly taught. We see human beings as ecosystems that need to be uncovered instead of programmed. Human potential becomes infinite with our ecosystem approach. Okay, Jason, we're going to basics. Jason, what is energy?
Okay, I know you didn't expect this answer, but the truth is I don't know. and you know, I could talk to you about subtle energies or chi or prana, other terms, but frankly, those don't exactly translate. For example, chi is referred to life force, and that doesn't really translate very well. Like, we use life force in what we do, but we also talk about positive and negative energies. It just doesn't match up with some of the definitions that I've seen. You know, I'm not being very academic about this. I'm not being very, I'm not trying to give you a precise scientific discussion because, frankly, yawn, it bores me. And I don't think it's really important. It's sort of like, well, you know, Patricia, you know, when you were using the hairdryer today.
He's assuming I used a hairdryer today.
You look so beautiful.
Oh, come on. Okay, so when I used the hairdryer this morning,
you plug it in,
okay,
and you push the button, right?
Yes.
Do you have to know how the motor works to push the button and get the air coming out of the hairdryer?
Well, you know, the simple answer is of course I don't need to know, but I will tell you this much: when the hairdryer doesn't work, when I push the button, I can tell you I'm not very happy about it.
Yeah, but that's a whole nother show.
Oh, okay. Okay.
The whole point is that we use electronic devices all the time.
Absolutely.
I'm not even sure that I remember my high school definition of electricity, but I'm not sure it really helps me. I use a computer all the time. I'm not sure I really understand how it works, and I'm the geek in the group here. So here's the point. That we understand, Patricia and I, as we apply the ecosystem approach, we've been doing this for 18 years together, and we understand energy. Even though we can't give you a precise definition, we know how it works in ways that can help you have a benefit. So, if that makes sense, the first thing we want to say is that all emotions for us are energies.
Okay.
Anger, it could be negative emotions, anger, shame, guilt, fear.
But it could be happy and joyful and
hopeful, loving.
Okay.
Yes, all those are energies. And that's really important because once we understand that there's an energy, we're going to talk about how they're a thing. But just before we get to that, there's something else that are energies, and this is a little bit harder to understand. We call them intangibles. Now, that's kind of a broad word, but here's what we mean by intangibles. And all of these are energies too. Success, luck, purpose, health, relationships, creativity, mood, mojo, jealousy, competition. Oh, and I thought of another one.
Oh, of course you did.
When I get that look in my eye.
Okay, yeah. La, 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 la.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about that on the radio. Yeah,
exactly.
But the truth is, that's an energy too. But here's the most important part of this stuff, whether it's emotions or these intangibles, we see them as a thing as opposed to a state of being. Now, our English language here doesn't help us very much. So if someone says, well, I'm angry today, they believe that that's how they feel in this moment, but then they can hear a joke or have a cup of coffee, or all of a sudden they don't feel angry. So the presumption is the anger goes away.
Wait a minute. Do your famous thing.
No. And that's the whole reason that we're here today, that we're doing the ecosystem approach, is because when you see that energies are a thing and they get attached to you, they also build up. And unless we do something about them, those are the things that we can see are related to disease, bad success problems,
or no success,
or even not the success you wanted, relationship difficulties, health difficulties, everything you can imagine is related to this buildup of negative energy. But because they're invisible by language, state of being, we think they're not there. Well,
okay, but you said something. I want to back up, and it's a little related, but I want to make sure people do get this point, because it's it's a very important one. They build up over time, these energies, these intangibles, the negative ones and even the positive ones, but the negative ones build up over time. And you said, I'm going to do a quote here, they attach themselves to us. Jason, let's do a little bit of clarity here, because if people understand that when they attach themselves to us, when we think they've gone away, then that means that there is the possibility that it's going to create something toxic.
Yes.
A toxic attitude, a toxic disease, a toxic mood.
Yes.
And when people understand that when that buildup happens, and you do nothing about it, then you find yourself, buried. Well, not 6 feet under. I wasn't going to go that far, but I just want people to understand that buildup, the reason the ecosystem approach is so very important is because we help you remove the buildup and even the energies of today.
And the challenge is, that's so important, because the challenge is we don't see these cause and effect relationships with, again, health problems,
right?
All sorts of problems.
Even relationship problems.
Oh, relationship
problems is huge. One of the biggest. Yes.
The other day we went to we just moved into this community, and there's a lot of retired people here, older retired people, and we went to this dinner. And someone said, and he didn't realize how profound he was. He said something that, with all these drunk people around, I need to catch up. Otherwise, because when you're sober around a lot of drunk people, it's not very much fun. He was trying to be comical. He was trying to be funny. But
it was a great observation.
It was a great observation, because what we noticed is that people, in order to have fun,
think
they need to drink.
And they think they need to have something that they really don't understand why change their energy. But It doesn't change their energy. It covers it up. Have you ever been around a mean drunk? Oh.
What happens is that you drink, and that anger that's attached to you comes out.
Exactly.
Or
at a really bad moment.
Yes. So we don't want to get off the subject, but the truth is that this buildup over time is really important.
Right.
There's one other point here.
Okay.
I'm not even sure I wrote it down, but it's really important.
Okay.
We talk about direct and indirect ways. So if you're in a bad mood, which is an energy,
yes,
what do? Well, a lot of people drink a cup of coffee,
or have a glass of wine,
eat
a candy bar.
Those are indirect ways to change your state of being in the moment. but it doesn't get rid of whatever was causing that bad mood.
Right. In other words, that energy is still there.
Exactly.
The visual of I believe his name was Pigpen on the Peanuts.
Yes.
That's a perfect visual
of negative energy.
And if people could see what you and I see, they would see a lot of that around.
They thought Pigpen was literally just dirty, but it's not about being literally dirty. It's about having bad energy.
Correct.
We see that all the time when if you were sitting on our shoulder all the day and we will meet someone and said, oh my gosh, that person's so depressed or whatever. But it's not really, we see it's that the buildup of energy. So
Jason, what are the key points?
Having a precise definition of energy is not necessary to use these concepts, that all emotions are energies, that intangibles are energies like success, luck, health, relationships, purpose, essence.
Okay.
That energies are things that build up over time and affect us whether we perceive them or not, and that we can affect or work with these energies directly.
Okay, I want you to go back to one major point, and I'm going to say it. Energies are things which build up over time and affect us whether we perceive them or not.
That's so important because that buildup, all of our shows is to help you with that buildup.
Exactly.
All of our topics is about that buildup.
Exactly. So stay tuned. When we come back, we're going to talk about essence and the authentic self. Understanding these two could be the most important part of your life.
Woohoo! Yes.
Make sure you listen to this one. This is Living Lighter with Jason and Patricia with an ecosystem approach to your life. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
Gifted intuitive healer and spiritual teacher Sarah Luce brings her unique style to the hit show Small Steps, Big Breakthrough Radio on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Tune in each month as Sarah turns reality on end and shows us how to experience expansive results with simple yet powerful steps. Expect an enlightening bend on what you currently believe is possible. For show details and upcoming topics, visit sarahluce.com. That's SARALOOS.com.
Introducing New Soul Science, an introductory course with Ruby Betty, offering profound wisdom alongside radically simple concepts and techniques that collapse time, allowing instantaneous personal transformation. The foundational techniques of this introductory course reveal the profound inner ability each human has to access and fulfill their individual soul script or soul promise. Awakening this ability leads to the mastery of one's destiny. The concepts are totally original, immensely powerful, and completely revolutionary. They ignite an infinite fire within each listener, fueling one's ability to live out their unique soul promise. Are you ready to become more aware and access amazing personal transformation? This course is available now at rubybetty.co.
Dream on, fly high, and live adventurously on The Laura Meeks Show. Tune in each month on Transformation Talk Radio as host Laura Meeks guides you in finding your unique gifts and bringing them to life. As a certified life coach, speaker, and veteran bomber pilot for the U.S. Air Force, Laura knows how to follow a dream. She is ready to support you so you can dream on, fly high, and live adventurously. For more information on Laura and her work, visit flyhighliving.com.
Defining success and putting minds to work. With the Higher Learners Career and Leadership Series, Rudy Racine will help you craft your personal definition of success, offering support and guidance as you move forward towards your goals. Take the leap. With the right mix of focus and motivation, anything can be achieved. Tune in every first and third Monday at 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 Eastern, and for more information on Rudy Racine and Higher Learners, visit Rudy's site at higherlearners.com. That's HIRE learners.com.
Love Living Radio Ignite Your Whole Being with Emily Perkins is a show for those looking to explore the sparkling magnificence of their inner selves. Tune in every second and fourth Wednesday at 4 p.m. Pacific as Emily sheds a radiant light of love on the beauty and power that resides within you. Discussing love in all its forms through conversations that provoke awareness, curiosity, and expansion, Emily shares the unlimited power of love. For more information or to listen to this show, visit lovelivingholistics.com.
This is Living Lighter Radio with Jason, and I'm Patricia. We're covering the basics today. And in this segment, we're going to talk about essence and the authentic self. We use an ecosystem approach to you, which is much different than what you are commonly taught. We see human beings as ecosystems that need to be uncovered instead of programmed. Human potential becomes infinite with our ecosystem approach. Jason, what is essence and why is it so important?
Okay, well, in the last segment, you heard about how I feel about definitions. So it's not really helpful, but I'm going to give you some parameters. We use the word essence, by the way, because it's the same as what most people refer to as soul. But I've never seen a definition of soul, or I've never seen people work with soul in a way that is the practical, functional way that we do. So I use the word essence. But essence drives your DNA. DNA is not the root of your existence. Your essence is your talents, abilities, your personality, your authentic desires. And that's a kind of a definition. That's about essence, but it doesn't really help you understand what essence is.
So I'm going to jump in and say, when I first started doing the clearing, one of the things that, and we've talked about it a little bit, but I uncovered, so to speak, these talents. And I mean, I knew some of them were there, but I didn't know all of them were there. And I'm still uncovering things that I truly, genuinely love about who I am and what I do. And this is not in an arrogant way. It just, they bring joy to me to be able to do that. I'm talking about things like the creativity that I have and
working with art and music.
Exactly. And also being able to genuinely and authentically laugh. It's really amazing to me. But
and part of your essence was also your intuitive ability, which was
and that has just blossomed.
Oh my gosh!
It's now a giant redwood, but there's a little something else here that we want to talk about. That this will help explain a way to look at essence.
We think it's the best way to understand what essence is, and that's by looking at a little kid.
A
kid that's 1, 2, 3, 4. They haven't been programmed yet. And you can see their essence. They know what they like. They like something one day and next day they don't like it.
Or they'll eat something one day and the next day they throw it. Yeah.
They'll put a pencil up their nose because, hey, what was that hole for? I mean, that's the ultimate creativity. They're hopeful. They get along, even though they might fight with each other. It's not based on race or gender. It's based on, I don't like you because you took that pencil out of my nose and I wanted to be in there. Something really important like that.
Yes.
You can see essence in little kids because their authentic self is a reflection of that essence, and it's right there. It's right there for everybody.
It's right out in front. It's not covered up.
Exactly.
Because when we program, what happens? We cover things up.
Now, since we've been, Patricia, that you use yourself an example, the truth is, since we've been uncovering your essence,
right?
I've never seen you put a pencil up your nose.
Oh, thanks for that visual.
The truth is, not that we're going to do stupid stuff. That's my point. Is that the best of you comes out.
Yes.
And you know about that best. We've had so many people who have chosen the wrong job, chosen the wrong partner,
mm-hmm.
Have health issues.
Right.
And they come to us because they want us to look at their essence because they can't see it.
Right.
And truly our job, and I hope you kind of mark your calendar, because our job in all of our radio shows that we've done already and that we're going to do in the future is to help you uncover it on your own, not to look to some expert to tell you what your essence is, but to uncover it on your own, because it's an amazing journey. So, the other thing is that essence is designed to be transparent. In other words, the only reason we're talking about essence, it's there, it works. It doesn't need to be acknowledged. It doesn't need to be.
You don't have to buy it flowers.
No, we don't have to buy it flowers. We don't have to talk about it. But the truth is, because of the programming culture that we have, it covers up essence.
Right.
So we're kind of digging in a mound of dirt, trying to find this magic, this golden box of treasure,
a part of who we are,
and we kind of have to know what we're digging for,
right?
And that's what we're doing, and that's why we're talking about it now. But it's designed to work invisibly, and it's not designed for us to think about our essence. It just happens.
It just is.
Yes.
Okay. But when it's covered up, it creates toxic stuff.
All sorts of, and all of our radio shows about the toxics that it creates, whether it's in your work life, health, and relationships.
And because we're being programmed to become machines, we break down.
We break down because it's so toxic to our essence.
Right.
That's what makes us sick.
Right.
It's incompatible to have a healthy essence. In other words, that's exposed and working properly without this negative energy attached to it, and be sick.
Well, and I want everyone to remember, all the best of you comes from your essence. I guarantee you will like and love your essence the more you uncover, the more you unprogram yourself. So, Jason, talk about the newsletter.
Well, here we're talking about essence. So if you want to experience your essence, if you want to connect with your essence, we've designed the newsletter this week to have a bonus material so that we can do some clearings to allow you to have a sense of it. Now, I admit that it might take some of you a while to do the clearings. You don't just do it once and then it's there. You're not a machine, but it takes as long as it takes. But if you use these clearings over and over and over again, you'll start to get this sense of who you are, your essence deep down. And typically you can't understand essence with logic.
Oh, no. Yeah,
You
exactly.
can't get all the scientists and engineers together and say, okay, we're going to figure out essence. No, it's not going to happen.
So remember to go to the newsletter. And
in fact, if you go to our website, www.livinglighter.org, and go to the newsletter tab, you can sign up. We just ask for your name and email address. Do it right now, because then you can have it forever.
Exactly. So, and then Jason, we talked about in the beginning. I said that we were going to talk about essence and authentic self. So, the second part of this, Jason, what is your authentic self?
Imagine your essence as a light, like a light bulb that shines, and you see light all around it. Well, your authentic self is sort of a conduit for that light.
Oh, I love that.
So that it shows through to the world.
Yeah.
That your authentic self is is your personality that is an expression of your essence. It's honest, it's clean, it's real, it's truly you. And the best way to understand your authentic self is by contrasting it with your virtual self. Now, the virtual self is a term that I coined. It's you won't find it in the dictionary, so don't worry about that. But the virtual self is the role that you play in the world when you walk into that job interview and everything's neat and you're standing up straight and you say yes sir, no sir, all those things. That's your virtual self. The virtual self works at work. It's great to have your virtual self at work.
We need that virtual self, and we need to be able to use that virtual self, of course.
Yes, and it's an act, but it's very important. Mm-hmm. If you use your virtual self with your significant other, if you go home and take your wife and kids or your husband and kids and you're showing your virtual self,
right,
they're going to call you out on it, first of all. And second of all,
or they're going to expect that's all there is of you.
Yes. So
yes, this is we need to be able to understand that the virtual self we need that, but we need to understand it. So
yes.
Jason, what are the key points of this segment?
That the essence is the root of your existence and carries the best part of you.
Yay.
That programming is toxic to essence and starts to break you down at your foundation. And that the authentic self shows your essence in a natural way that is very appealing. And that the virtual self is a role or act you play in the world to succeed and to be successful at the game of work, at the game of life,
right?
Whatever that is, but it's not helpful to have it in your real life.
So stay tuned. When we come back, we're going to talk about practical ways to use energy and your authentic self in your life to make it better today. This is Living Lighter with Jason and Patricia with an ecosystem approach to your life. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
Hi, I'm Steve Kramer of Spirit Fire Radio, and I believe that meditation changes everything. It leads us in the direction of greater well-being, and that's a fact. I struggled with meditation for years. I understood the principles, but I found it hard to incorporate them into my everyday life. Spirit Fire's meditation practice changed that. It's called the Practice of Living Awareness, and it's taught in 14 steps. These are 14 tools that I can use in any moment, on and off the cushion. Steps like smile, flow, and ground of being support my clarity of mind while I'm navigating the ups and downs of modern life. That's why it's called the Practice of Living Awareness. If you'd like to add meditation to your daily experience, the Practice of Living Awareness is free, online, and it's suited for any level of practitioner. Visit spiritfire.com for more information. And be sure to check out Spirit Fire's meditation retreats in Western Massachusetts. It's all there at spiritfire.com.
Ignite your inner magic on Grow Your Soul Radio with Jane Matanga. Tune in each month on Transformation Talk Radio as host Jane Matanga explores how to overcome your fears to help you gain the inspiration you need to awaken your path to joy. Learn the way to life mastery and the enlightened path with Grow Your Soul Radio. For more information on Jane Matanga and her work, visit enlightened-path.com.
Living Lighter Radio with Jason and Patricia. We have an ecosystem approach to your life. Tune in weekly every Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific on Transformation Talk Radio as we, Jason and Patricia, discuss what's truly holding you back. We offer you the tools you need to reach your goals and at the same time be living lighter. For more information about Living Lighter, visit www.livinglighter.org.
Are you tired of being tired? Hi, I'm Mary Jane Mack. Did you know the adrenal glands, the workhorse of the body? They are the means by which you position yourself in life for whatever comes your way. Tiny but mighty, producing hormones the body uses to promote energy and vitality. These adrenals determine how you respond to stress, and when depleted, the body loses its ability to function powerfully when we need it most. The much-needed adrenaline or epinephrine is not available for emergency situations. Cortisone and cortisol, the longer-acting anti-stress adrenal hormones, can also become depleted due to the pace of our everyday lives. We overwork and undernutrition our most powerful ally that helps us to live the lives we desire. We are able to determine the optimum function of the adrenals and put your system back in balance. Contact us today to feel powerfully energized at 888-777-4232 or visit us at maryjanemack.com.
This is Living Lighter Radio with Jason, and I'm Patricia. And today we're talking about the basics. And in this segment, we're going to talk about being practical with these concepts. We use an ecosystem approach to you, which is much different than what you are commonly taught. We see human beings as ecosystems that need to be uncovered instead of programmed. Human potential becomes infinite with our ecosystem approach. Okay, Jason, how can everyone listening be practical with these ideas?
Okay. The most practical part is understanding negative energy. So we've talked about how emotions are energies and how intangibles are energies. But what we do, the stuff that sticks to you more than anything else is these negative energies like anger, hurt, hate, fear, shame, guilt. There's a whole long list. It's when those energies are removed and they're directly the result of programming that there's that sort of it's like it feels like you're living lighter. I remember, warning, Army story. But when I was in the Army, we used to do these rucksack marches, 10 miles, 20 miles. That's a heavy sack carried on your back, right? Yes, it's a backpack on your back. Just checking. And it was sweating, and it was, there was usually like 30, 40, 50 pounds of stuff in there so that we would get a workout. But I remember the feeling of when we would take those things off. Yeah. It's like we almost like we were levitating. Yeah. Because it was so, it felt so good. And that's what happens when we start to remove negative energy. Now, here's what's important. A lot of you probably who are listening today are doing traditional energy practices like yoga, qigong, tai chi, reiki. Hey, keep doing it. Those are really good. But what we found, and we've been doing this for a long time, 18 years, is that it's nowhere near getting to the negative energy that's attached to you. It's not enough. It just isn't enough. If you see that energies are things, because most people really can't see or perceive these negative energies. Right. And there's a lot of so-called quote unquote experts that we scratch our heads because we say, well, they're saying these things, but if they could see, why would they? Anyways, that's just me going off on a tangent. The truth is that there's so much of it that what we've done with our ecosystem approach is integrated into your life. So it becomes part of your existence, sort of like eating right or exercise. You don't say to your fitness trainer, well, I did like 10 push-ups 3 weeks ago. I'm good, right?
Or even 10 push-ups yesterday.
Or I ate a good meal, last year, so that should carry me. I could eat junk food. It doesn't work that way. Negative energy has to be constant. Removing negative energy has to be constant, consistent, and very, very specific.
Well, wait a minute. You just made a huge point there, because negative energy is constant, consistent, and oftentimes specific to everyone.
To you individually.
Exactly.
And so we use the same approach to get rid of it. Now, a lot of times people, and we've heard this over the years, people have said to us, well, I don't want to be negative. I don't want to live in negativity. Yeah. Well, all right. Okay. But I don't either. I don't either. The truth is you have to call out those negative energies to remove them. Exactly. And we know that because we can see it. We can perceive it. Right. Right. Now, we hear this too. Affirmations. A lot of people do affirmations. I don't want to do negative stuff. I just want to do affirmations. Well, if you understood energy, affirmations do not remove the negative energy in a specific way. And constantly or consistently enough to get at them. Because when you have anger, for example, there's not just a little bit. There was a time period when we had all these clients. Remember this? When we had all these clients come to us and said, oh, you won't have to do very much. I've already done a lot.
Oh, how many times?
we just started falling on the floor. And because invariably these people who have done, quote unquote, a lot of work, right? They weren't working with someone who could see. Right. Because they weren't.
Because they couldn't see. But you know what? I remember this one person specifically. She she came to us and she said, you're not going to have to do very much work. And I kind of like said, what makes you think that? And she said, well, I've been doing a lot of work for a really long time. And so, I just heard that you guys had something really special and I wanted to check it out. And I was like, okay, well, here we go. And I have to tell you, she said that in all the work that she had done and spent a lot of money, she said she had never felt as good at the end of a session as she had when she'd worked with me.
And that's because, first of all, and I want to talk about this.
Okay.
These 18 years of experience and our ability to see, we know when it's going and when it's not.
Exactly.
And we know when it's attached and it's not.
Right.
And it's helped us create this ecosystem approach because we know how to do it. And there's so many people who have learned how to do it, but they can't see. So
Right.
they don't really know if they're doing it right. So anyways, we'll talk some more about that. The other thing, and we get this all the time, people say, well, how long does it take? What are your deliverables?
Yeah.
What are the metrics? I don't want to do it for
Wait a minute. Doesn't that sound like a machine to you?
Yes, exactly. And we're not machines.
Yes. Think about trying to restore something's come in and, like a hurricane has come in and destroyed a pond. And how long is that going to take to restore? How long is it going to take to clean up and then restore?
If there's an oil spill and you remove the oil, how long does it take for that ecosystem to get back to normal?
Because
it may take years.
Because the effects of that oil spill have really been toxic.
And the truth is, we live in a programming environment.
Yes,
so
we're
constantly dealing with being programmed. Patricia and I, we understand programming, but we also understand that we do a lot of things where we still program ourselves because it's expedient, I guess is the right word.
Well, that's true.
We'd love to be able so we don't ever have to do it, but it's not the world we live in.
Yes.
And we don't believe in going, selling all of our worldly belongings, go living on a mountaintop. Maybe we could, but, you don't like bugs. And anyways,
yeah,
we live in the world the way it is today. And it takes a lot of work to work on that negative energy, but oh my gosh, the benefits are huge. So here's okay. So understand that it takes as long as it takes, but the most practical thing that we want to talk about today is seeing obstacles, problems, challenges, and objectives as energy first. What does that mean?
Right.
Well, I want to achieve an objective. So look at the energy that's keeping you from achieving that objective and removing that as quickly as you can. The ecosystem approach is simple, but it's our programming culture that we have to unravel that makes this confusing.
Right.
And energy is not accepted and often discredited as an approach. And programming versus ESA, it's, you'll get a lot of support from people around you if you want to start removing negative energy.
By the way, ESA is ecosystem approach, yes, everyone.
I abbreviated for our script because it took too long to write out. But
exactly. So, but I want to make a major point here. Oftentimes, those in the metaphysical and conscientious arena offer ways offer ways to better life, but people use programming to get there. And this is what
flabbergasted. We're totally flabbergasted when we see people who say, "Well, you have to do this to be more enlightened, to be more conscious, to have a better life."
Right.
But they either don't tell them the method to do it, which if they don't tell you that you're going to go to programming because that's all you know,
right?
Or they suggest a method that is programming, and you're not going to get there that way. So,
okay. So, Jason, what are the key points of this segment? Did we get them all?
I think so.
Okay.
Negative energy interferes with and suppresses essence. The key to your best life is removing negative energy constantly, consistently, and specifically. The most practical thing you can do is to see challenges and objectives as energies first. That's a huge one right there. And the ecosystem approach is easy and simple. But it's our programming culture that makes it way more complicated.
So understand that the more programming that you have, it can be harder. But the truth is, your essence will help you get to understanding.
So we're running a little late, but we're going to tell you how to do clearing really quickly.
Okay.
So you don't have to sit in any special way. You don't have to do anything special. All you have to do is use your imagination, take a breath, and take the emotion that we say to eliminate, and just imagine in your mind's eye gathering it up from the tips of your toes, blow it into a trash can. We own the trash can. We'll take care of it. That trash can's in your imagination. And exhale.
And then to activate life force, reverse the process. You're going to pull in positive energy.
Life force energy
through the top of your head or through your heart. And we see it as clear, pure light. So in the next segment, we're gonna get to doing some of that. So stay tuned. When we come back, we're gonna do some clearing of that negative energy when we come back. This is Living Lighter Radio with Jason and Patricia, with an ecosystem approach to your life. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
Would you like your next chapter to be free from fear and angst? Tune in to Your Next Chapter Radio, navigating through life's transitions with Shelley Ryan the fourth Monday at 12 p.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Shelley's contagious enthusiasm guides you through life's transitions deliberately, mindfully, and funnily. For Your Next Chapter coaching or to listen, visit YourNextChapterCoaching.com or call 602-617-8351. Next. Our angels and animals are always working for and around us. Darcy Pariso knew from an early age she felt this incredible presence that was confirmed for her in a Reiki Level 1 course. From then on, she has honed her skills and dedicated her talents to providing answers, inspiration, and tools for people to move past limiting blocks and past traumas to truly live a life of happiness. For more information about working with Darcy, visit darcypariso.com.
A word of caution: if you prefer the status quo and you are not interested in improving every aspect of your life, this book will trigger the shift out of you. The Truth is Funny, Shift Happens is available now. Author Colette Steffen brings the powerful knowledge and life-changing energy and empowerment from the radio airwaves to the pages of her new book. To get your copy in paperback or ebook, visit thetruthисfunny.com today.
Are you ready to attract abundance, release stress, look and feel younger, all from your smartphone? Get Pure Light, a free mobile app with audios that transmit powerful frequencies to shift anything in your life. Created by some of the world's top energy healers, these audios have created miracles, often quickly. Enjoy the latest in conscious technology and download Pure Light today. To find out more, visit purelightaudio.com.
This is Living Lighter Radio with Jason, and I'm Patricia. Today we're talking about basics and removing negative energy in your life. We're going to give it a start right now. What do you say, Jason?
Here we go. So we're going to do some clearing. Just follow along. I direct all my resources in all dimensions to eliminate, gather, and we're going to eliminate the veils and illusions so you can begin to see and sense your essence.
Take a breath.
Gather it all up, blow it into the trash can. And to eliminate the barrier so I can see the negative energy that's attached to me and then clear it. Take a breath, gather it all up, blow it into the trash can.
And to eliminate the numbness I have to my essence and its potential for me. Take a breath.
And here are the energies that always get in our way, that are attached to our essence. For everybody's got them.
And I have to say, I start my day with this. I start my day with what we call the basic energies. And there's like 10 of them, and you can, move them around for you, whatever works for you. But I start my day, it goes like this. I direct all my resources in all dimensions to eliminate the following for me: anger, hate, fear, unworthiness, disappointment, self-sabotage, stress. I can't resist. The uglies.
She made a plug for our show on the uglies. Go back and look it up. You'll love it.
And anything else that's standing in my way right now. Take a nice breath and blow it out. Now you can do each one of those individually if you like. You can put them all together. Your intention here truly, truly, truly matters. So, and let's get back to a few more. Mm-hmm. And to eliminate all the negative energies like fear and worry. Again, anger, hate, guilt, shame that is toxic for my essence. Take a breath.
And to eliminate my resentment, my overwhelm of knowing that I have to remove those every day, because it feels like it's just one more thing that I have to do.
Take a breath. But think about it. You can do it on the way to the bathroom.
We make it easy. We're going to show you how to make it really easy.
So
it's just
easy.
Like breathing. It'll just be part of you.
And you can have fun with it too. So, and to eliminate, so I can make a difference between, so I can know the difference between my virtual self and my authentic self. Take a breath.
And to eliminate all the fog and the resentment and the false belief that I don't want to get into this ecosystem stuff because I'm already doing programming and I'm fine. And to eliminate all the numbness that thinks I'm fine. Take
good one. That's good.
And to eliminate the false belief that this ecosystem stuff is just too hard, when the truth is it'll feel delicious. It'll feel amazing.
Absolutely.
Take a breath.
And to eliminate my fear of the ecosystem approach, because I've never heard of it before, or I don't really understand it, or in a way it doesn't make sense to me. I release and let go that fear so I can get a glimpse of what the ecosystem approach can do for me and my life. Take a breath.
And to eliminate, I just got this one, and to eliminate my loyalty to programming methods, as opposed to seeing that I need to be loyal to my essence, not to someone else's programming. Take
I don't know if anybody understands that one, but that is huge. Take a breath.
And to eliminate the barriers so that I can put the best of me, my essence, in the forefront of my life, not someone else's programming for me. Take a breath.
And I'm going to stop. I have a memory here, and the memory is that my parents didn't care what I did in life. They just thought I would just be, barefoot and pregnant forever. And the truth is, my essence always told me I would do something much more than just being a housewife.
So, with that said, and to eliminate the veils and illusions, so I can see that if I've been thrown away, if I'm one of those persons that have been thrown away because I didn't program well, to know that my essence is speaking to me and wants to be uncovered so that I can have a new life for me. Take a breath. And to eliminate the barrier so I can see that my essence is where the power is, my talents, my abilities, all the best of me, and to bring that forward as opposed to feeling ashamed because I didn't do very well getting programmed. Take a breath.
That's really big, everyone. If you need to, go back and listen to that one. It's all of those are really, really, really good. So, anything else we want to?
A couple more. And to eliminate the barrier so I can see the difference between my virtual self and my authentic self. So I can see, and to eliminate, so I can see the my life in energy terms and work with the energy first. Take a breath.
What he's saying there is when we work with the energy first, we can still do the programming and get through our daily lives. But when we start to uncover and remove negative energy, so many amazing, great things happen. So with that said, let's activate some life force, Jason. I direct all my resources in all dimensions to activate life force energy so I can commit to constantly, consistently, and specifically clear the negative energies in my life. Take a breath. That was that list I was talking about a few minutes ago.
And to activate life force so I can have the patience to allow my ecosystem to restore itself on its schedule. Take a breath.
Wow, that's your concept, not somebody else's programmed concept. And to activate life force so I can love myself enough to want my authentic self to come forward when appropriate. Take a breath.
And to activate life force so I can restore my natural function of my essence. Take a breath.
Jason, give just one example of restoring natural function of my essence.
Well, you're a great example because art wasn't part of your life.
Not in that way, no. It wasn't.
And it was a small part of your life before.
Yes.
Music wasn't a big part of it. Now it's all over the house. So in a good way.
Dripping down the walls. No, that's not what he meant. So that's good. All right. So and to activate life force so I can give myself permission to understand me, my essence, my virtual self, and what it is I truly want.
And to activate life force so I can capture all my talents, wisdom, creativity, and power that are natural to my essence. Take a big breath. That's a great one.
So, Jason, what are we going to talk about next week?
We're going to talk about intuition. And we're going to talk about how it's natural to you, how everybody has it, and how to develop it. Yes, it can be developed, and we're not talking about certain intuitive exercises. This is something really amazing. So be sure and tune in.
Okay, so if you liked your experience with us today, mark your calendar. The Living Lighter Radio is every week, Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. If you can't listen at that time, our show is recorded, and you can go to our website, www.livinglighter.org, and look for the radio tab. While you're on our website, sign up for the newsletter to get the backstory for Living Lighter Radio.
You know, Patricia, it really is the backstory because I'm writing it, I write about Patricia. It's so much fun. I do write about myself sometimes, but usually it's about Patricia and things that are going on in our life and how we apply the ecosystem approach on a daily basis. So, and there's some fun pictures in there sometimes. So please go to our website right now and sign up.
Okay. If you, pardon me, we'd love to hear your comments. So send us a note on our email address, which is jasonandpatricia@livinglighter.org. If you got a benefit today and had some fun, go like us on Facebook.
I love to be liked on Facebook. Oh, I love it so much. Okay.
We'll connect next week, Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific and 4 p.m. Eastern Time. This is Transformation Talk Radio. You're listening to Living Lighter Radio with Jason and Patricia.
Wishing you a lifetime of living lighter.
Thank you for listening to Living Lighter Radio with Jason and Patricia. I'm Patricia. We have an ecosystem approach to your life. Tune in weekly as we discuss what's truly holding you back. We offer you the tools you need to reach your goals and at the same time be living lighter. For more information, visit our website at www.livinglighter.org.